What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another version of me talking to you about what my thoughts are in the morning. But I'm actually in the afternoon. And the reason that I'm filming this in the afternoon, but you're not going to get this in the morning until in the morning, is because I picked up my truck from the supercharger, not from the supercharger, from the customization shop, from getting the wrap and getting the tint on my windows and stuff like that, so you can see out, but they can't see in. And then I look over and I actually see an electric Dodge Charger. Now, what's interesting about this Charger is that I can't technically go over there and talk to them about it, and that's why they're kind of parking away from everybody, because I talked to them, and what they said is that they're testing it and working out the kinks, and they can't tell me whether or not it's the V6 or the V8, or if they actually are testing an electric version, because I heard that they're actually putting a V8 engine or a Hemi engine in it because Trump won in office and things like that. So many different things to talk about. But yeah, man, it's interesting. I can't roll my windows down right now because I want to make sure that the tint stay on here, and they recommend that you don't roll it down for the next 48 hours after they put the tint on it. But yeah, man, it's very interesting. That guy is standing in front of my way, but it's right there. And yeah, they don't really want to talk about it. They signed a non-disclosure agreement. I don't know if they actually work for Chrysler or anything like that, but they are testing that vehicle. Again, I don't know if that's the electric version, the Dodge Daytona version where it's actually a V6 in it, or if it is a modified version to test for if they can actually put a V8 inside of that car. But anyways, neither here nor there. I actually think showing it at night looks a little bit better because I like the light bar. These are the actual headlights, and then that's just the light bar right there. So there's actually somebody in there and you can't see it. So I got the front windshield tinted also, and as you can see, it's wrapped gloss white. Thought about matte black, thought about matte gray, thought about gloss gray. I've seen all of those, so I decided to go with the gloss white. All of my vehicles are white, so I went with the gloss white. Pretty dope. You can see the Cyber Beast logo. They customized that also. So shout out to them boys at BuffX Customizations over in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. We like what they got going on over there. It's pretty dope. I left the wheels the way that it is. You know, people keep telling me to put the Forgiatos on it. I actually seen some other wheels that I like better. But it's wintertime, as you can see. It's snowing out here. See the snow? It's wintertime out here in Michigan. And so it's no point in messing up good wheels and good rims. The back is tinted even darker than the front of them. It's dope. I like it a lot. Really, really feel it. One of the beautiful things about wraps on your cars is that once you get tired of it, or if you decide to do something different, you could just switch it up. You don't have to keep it that way. You can flip it out. Again, this is a very, very, very polarizing vehicle. One thing that I like about tinting everything out and darkening everything up is that I can see people and I can see what their reactions are, and everybody gawking at it. And I get stopped in this vehicle more than any other vehicle. SS, it's a if you know, you know. The Porsche 911 is a if you know, you know. The Mercedes is just cool. That's just what you can, go out to dinner in and stuff like that. This, and again, all of the other vehicles, the Cayenne, the Taycan, and all of that, people just like them in general. But this is like, let me see what's going on with it. I love it. I like it. You got the long windshield wiper right here. It's awesome. I love driving this vehicle. And again, it's not for everybody, but it's definitely for me. It's a little cold outside, but my experience with the CyberTruck has been absolutely awesome. One of the things that I was concerned with prior to buying this, because I had a Tesla Model Y some years back, and they've improved the battery technology significantly to where, it seems like in the wintertime, it doesn't really go down, or it doesn't really affect the battery that much. And I don't know if it's because this particular CyberTruck is so massive and the battery in it is so massive, but it seemed like it's improved significantly to where you're driving it in the wintertime and it actually gets the accurate amount of range that it's supposed to get. It even has this little winter thing right here. I don't know if you can see it. It has this little winter thing right here. You can click this and go back and forth. So right now I'm at about 280 miles of range left. When I'm downtown in particular, I never pay for charging, because if you know, you know. In Detroit in particular, they have free charging stations. I love this city because one of the things that's awesome about it is a lot of the things is free. Like the public transportation is free. The Q line is free. Well, not the buses, okay? So don't get it confused. So the buses is not free, but the Q line is free, and the People Mover is free. So the Q line is a thing that runs down the main corridor, which is Woodward, and the People Mover kind of stops at all of the major, or most of the major places in downtown Detroit. It stops directly in front of my building, so I could just walk over there, jump on the Q line, and then head over to wherever it is that I'm gonna head. A lot of times I don't really drive when I'm downtown, so I just drop my truck off, let it charge or whatever, and then that's what it is. I also, at my other places, I have a charger that's set up or whatever, faster charger that's set up similarly to the ones that you use for your washing machine, your dryer. So it's pretty awesome. And I never stop at the gas station. That's another thing that I really loved about electric vehicles. My Taycan never stop at a gas station. The CyberTruck never stop at a gas station. And it's pretty polarizing. I got one guy that gave me a thumbs down. Like, he was like one of those rainbow fairy type guys, and he was driving in his car, and his car has some rainbows on it, and he reached out the window and he gave a thumbs down. So that's actually pretty encouraging, because I don't want anybody that's being sassy to think that they have one up on me. But everybody else, they like, man, it's either polarizing or, oh, dog, that's awesome. And now that I got it wrapped, a lot of people are really like, they really rock with it. So I think it's polarizing. A lot of people that complain about it, I would say most people that I've seen online complain about it also said that they can't afford it. And then also it's kind of similar to a G-Wagon in its nature, right? Because it's about look, it's not really about utility when it comes to my lifestyle, right? I'm going to be picking stuff here and there. I picked up a mailbox from Home Depot. But in a sense, it kind of also is like promotion. I'm gonna get some other things wrapped on it and some decals put on it to promote some things that I got going on for the specific company. But it's not really for me in particular. It's not really for doing heavy work. I don't need a F250, F350 to do what I'm gonna do, right? And it kind of reminds me of a G-Wagon in a sense for most other people, because when you see most G-Wagons, you don't see them out in the desert performing, rock climbing and all of that. For the most part, G-Wagons are grocery getters, and they pull up to the spots in Miami. And so you see, G-Wagons is like a dime a dozen down in Miami. Like, it's the it car, right? So it's kind of like the celebrity car or the high-end nice car, but then it still has the capability of doing the things that you want it to do. And that's similar to here. I think that most people, and I live in a motor city where most people have work trucks and stuff like that, or, in spaces where people be having pickup trucks. Most people that's down here, or most people that's in the city that actually even own pickup trucks, even if you own an F-150 and stuff, a lot of them use it not for the intended purpose. They may make a grocery run or a Home Depot run or a Lowe's run here and there. And there are guys that obviously have work trucks and stuff. But for the most part, most people that own a pickup truck, they just like pickup trucks. They're used to using it, and they want the option to be able to do what they need to do when they want to. Most people are not going to be towing the 11,000 pounds that this is rated to tow. Now, I will also say that it's going to be a difference between this one, which is a Cyber Beast, and a future one that they're going to be releasing, which I believe is only rear-wheel drive, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is by default all-wheel drive. So that's pretty awesome. And it's cool. Like, I really love this truck. I haven't really when my car was getting wrapped, I was driving a Mercedes again, and it made me fall back in love with the Mercedes also. But I don't really drive anything, and partly because I don't really drive anything other than this, and partly because it's the winter time, so I'm going to be driving a truck. I'm not really going to be driving a car as much. It's nothing really on the ground, but I don't know. I just really like this. It's making me rethink, and I was actually considering possibly getting a Rolls Royce when, you know, I decided to get rid of my Mercedes. But it's making me rethink it now. Because it's two different vehicles. The Rolls Royce is super duper luxury, and this thing is just, it's its own entity. It's not even nothing that you can really compare it to. Outside of the G-Wagon-ish type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I can raise the height up and down and all of that. It can go through 3 feet of water if I really want to, but I'm in the city. Am I going to be going through 3 feet of water? Chances are I'm not. So yeah, man, that's my experience with it so far. It's awesome. It's polarizing, and if you don't want people to pay attention to it, I'm sure that in the future, 2-3 years from now, you'll see more of them on the road, and they'll be more normalized, so people won't be as like enamored with it. But as of right now, it's still not a whole lot of people. Very rarely, very, very, very rarely do I ever see anybody driving or having a CyberTruck. When I was out there picking mines up, I did see a lot of them on the trucks to be delivered, and they were saying that, I was talking to the sales guy, he was saying that it's a lot of them being, you know, people really want it and all of that stuff. But yeah, man, most of the time, you'll get a thumbs down from a fairy, but other than that, you should be cool. So make sure you guys tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.